Hey fam, welcome back to the channel. Wow, you know how it always is every time when they have pool party in the house. It's always loads and loads of fun, enjoyment to the maximum level, and an opportunity for the house members to let their hair down. But that is not the real gist, right? That's not the real gist. The real thing that we're going to talk about today is about the kiss Isabella asked Mensan for. So you need to stay to the end because there are a few updates that you need to be made aware of. So starting from the pool party, while the pool party was going on, remember that in one of the videos where Faith was having an altercation with the members of the house, you know, when they were preparing for the wager task, and where Faith tore, you know, the script and all that, and you know, it was really turning violent and all that, especially where Mide was screaming and shouting that he should be isolated, they should just abandon him, nobody should talk to him, and Mensa was all loud and all sorts was just going on then. So Faith played the script as they requested. He stayed on his own, he didn't even mix with any of them. You know, Mensa at some point, you know, he tried to go play pool, and Jason Jae tried to, you know, cozy up with him, but he wasn't having it. Kola also made an attempt to talk to him, but he was just responding in like sign language. I mean, it was obvious he didn't really want to have any conversation with anyone. And I think the only person he actually spoke to was Dede. And that's so obvious because even during all the altercation, she was able to take his feedback of her maturely as much as she could. And during the time everybody was just screaming and saying he should be sidelined, Dede chose not to get involved in the entire brouhaha. So I mean, big up to her. She did well in that aspect. And of course, I can't even imagine how Faith is feeling with Mensan, who we obviously know doesn't like Faith, trying to be friendly with him, and Jason Jae, who also, you know, sometimes is the bedrock of the instigation against Faith. So Faith had a diary session with Ebuka, and well, we can't really say what happened there, but even when Faith came out, he decided to stay on his own. So I'm sure some other things are going to unfold from all this silent drama going on. So moving on, Koyin now decided to play a prank on Dede, or should I say Koyin and Sultana planned a prank on the house. Now, this prank was supposed to be like a prank eviction where they mentioned, Koyin was like, a phone call came while everybody was not within their vicinity. He picked the phone call and he was asked to pick one person to exit the house with him, and he picked Dede, his bestie. I mean, everywhere was cold, media was cold, but Dede almost lost her cool because she was just like, why did you have to pick me? Why did you pick Isabella? And he was like, well, you're my bestie now. So, I mean, good days and bad days, we have to enjoy or suffer the consequences together. So, I mean, that was the end of that, but it really worked. The prank worked. And you know, because the BBNaija house is so unpredictable, anything can happen at any time. So to an extent they believed, you know, but I think when the pressure became too much, Koyin had to just come out and say no, it was a prank. But it was a good one. It was a very good one, very convincing. So now back to my man Jason Jae. this guy and his midnight moves, the same way he jumped into Joanna's bed, even while being with Sultana, he has jumped back into Sultana's bed again. So it seems, I don't know, maybe all the moves he's been making for the past few days is finally working or has worked, or they're just together for whatever it is they can get from each other physically or for intimacy. But you know, they've been together for a while. So anyway, I mean, they're adults. So Jason Jae jumps back into the bed, and you know, the usual duvet activity and movements. So without being told, at least obviously it shows that he kissed her, and well, I don't know, I'm not going to say, but we know something went down with both of them. So whatever is going to come out of this midnight shenanigan, we can't tell yet if it means the relationship is going to go back to what it was before. But the obvious fact remains that something happened in the night, but we now don't know what the consequences will be if they're going to be wanting to be seen during the daytime together, or if they will restrict it to only midnight moves. Anyway, what do you think about that? What do you think about Jason Jae's move on Sultana? What do you think about Sultana accepting it? I want to hear your opinion about Faith isolating himself, how the housemates are treating him, and Mensan coming pretending like he's a friend, trying to hug him and tell him no big issue, no big issue, after all those heavy words being exchanged and said. Now here we see Isabella acting like a Delilah, because I really don't understand this move. Yes, we know she has a cordial relationship with Mensan, and then she locks the door or blocks the door, doesn't allow Mensan out, and starts begging for a kiss, insisting for a kiss, insisting for a hug. Mensan says, I don't know how to kiss, and she says, I will teach you. I don't understand her gameplay, but I know that the reason for this behavior is because of Koyin's recent closeness to Dae, and she's trying to do some sort of payback. But I just think she's making a fool of herself, and of course Mensan has a relationship outside the house, so he was trying to escape from the entire situation. I don't know how that ended, but it gave me some really wrong vibes about Isabella's kind of character. And big ups to Mensan, he at least tried to get out of the situation, but I really wasn't pleased with the stunts Isabella was pulling, and I think she's just making things worse for herself, for her brand, how people see her. She's looking like she's very, very unstable, because fine, you are having a relationship with your guy, that is Koyin, and he has told you that he's in a cordial relationship with Dae, so even if anything else is happening with Dae, it's a show, and after the show everybody's going to move on. So she's only just going to make people see her as a very loose kind of person. Because why do you think getting back at Koyin is by forcing Mensan to kiss you? Because this is force. Because Mensan doesn't have any sort of feelings for her, and she obviously doesn't have any feeling for Mensan, because telling him, I admire you, I've always liked you, I hear the way you talk about your mom, I'm a single mom and it resonates with me. Auntie, please, can you just try and do something for yourself? So anyway, tell me what you think, and if you have not liked, please don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe. Tell me what you think in the comments about all these strange, well, not so strange behaviors, and I'd really, really love to get your feedback. So see you in the next video.